Okay. Since I started doing jiu-jitsu, everything is just like okay, so for today, class, we're going to finish all the Joseph Pilates movements. We are going to bring them back in for the next couple of weeks, but we're just going to be making sure that you understand them, that you know which ones are which. Exactly like Sally was just busy telling me, she went to a mat Pilates class. They didn't use any of the classical movements, right? So the classical movements are great to know and they are great to intertwine in your class, but you can have lots of different variations, lots of different exercises within the class. So I do want to make sure that you know them, but I also want to give enough time for like a lot of cool stuff. Hi, Akmaral. Okay. So before we start, and Carmen, just so you know, I'm going to be asking questions. Rory is on line duty, inshallah. I'm going to ask questions. Coms, you can keep yourself off of mute and you can just say the answer when I'm asking, and then Rory will say the answer out nice and loud. So you're also part of it. Okay, without looking at your notes, we start a class. What's the very first? Okay, I've come into my class. What's the very first thing I do? Greet everyone, right? Hello, how are you guys doing? How's everyone doing? What should I do? Ideally, in the beginning of a class. So, my name, okay. So, my name is Cherise. Welcome, everyone. Do I have any newcomers? No, all the old faces. You guys love torture, right? You guys are all the ones. Injuries, pregnancies, any new injuries? Any new pregnancies? Oh, very weak. Harder next week. Okay, right? What did you notice about what do we always have when you guys walk in? Some music in the background, right? Do you ever walk in and it's just like, hi guys, I'm Shrees. Okay. You guys ready? Injuries? Yeah, no, okay, let's go. Right? If you put the music on, you guys are like, yeah, that was last week at that. Right? Come on, we're the change makers. We're different trainers, right? So if I have the music on already before I came, now I come, you guys are all chatting. You're feeling the music. You're maybe even dancing a little bit already, right? Music makes the world of difference. So I've got a different playlist. This is my upbeat chill playlist, right? I like to put an upbeat chill playlist on in the beginning of the class. It's like just a little bit vibey. It's not, right? We're not going to war. It's just Pilates, right? So something like nice, light-hearted, something to get you like just in the energy. I introduce myself. I ask how everyone is doing. I ask about injuries. I ask about pregnancies. Okay, beautiful. I've got all the information I need. Does anyone mind if I touch them throughout the class? If I come and gently align, anyone have an issue with touching? Any touchy phobes? Right? No, we're all good. Right? Okay. Beautiful. So now I've got permission, right? I can manipulate you. I can come and push you. I can do whatever I want. You've given me permission. Beautiful. What is my very next step? I'm going to start my class now. What must I never forget? Beautiful, right? So I'm going to give you a little brief introduction. Okay, team, welcome to today's class. The focus for today is we're going to focus on the original classical Pilates movements so that we can get them out the way, right? So that you guys can master those and we can start learning some new ones. The main focus is going to be predominantly on the core, right? We are going to be working into the upper body, into the glutes. Remember, when we're doing Pilates, the goal is to move with intention, move with focus and concentration. Our challenge for today is rising above challenge with strength. And remember that whatever you say after I am, you're going to begin to believe. So I am centered, I'm strong, I'm focused, I'm powerful, I'm amazing, right? So I want you guys to take it all at your own level. I want you to find your flow, right? Moving elegantly. I want to see those beautiful pointed toes. Anyone here ever done ballet? Beautiful. You're going to show me those pointed toes. Okay. Right. Introduction, injuries, objective of the class, principles of Pilates. What do I do next? Set an intention. Yes, you could do this. You could get them to set an intention. I personally prefer to do it through the breathing, right? So while they're breathing, I'll say, set your intention for yourself. But it's your class, right? You can do it however you want. There's instructors who don't even do it. So you're already one step above, right? You can put that in wherever you want. What did you say, Wana? Warm up? What's the very first thing of my warm up? My ABCs. I must never forget my ABCs, right? Alignments. Where do I start with alignments? You work all the way from the bottom. Exactly the same on the reformer. Exactly the same with any movement. If I'm seated, how do I start? Because now, my feet are under my body. What now? Still not. We just start from the bottom, right? So now I start from the hips. Where are my hips? On the mat, but aligned, right? My hips are aligned. Where is my pelvis? Am I sitting like this? On the couch watching TV? Bridgerton? Right? So sitting, I'm seated. My hips are square. My pelvis is neutral. So your hips are nicely aligned so that your back will be flat. What are my shoulders doing? Away from the ears, right? So 1, 2, away from the ears. Open up the shoulders a little bit. Spine, what's happening with my spine? Lengthen, nice and long, like what? Right, beautiful. Okay, so standing. What about laying? What now? Exact same, right? So my feet hip width apart, my knees nice and soft, my hips neutral, making sure my belly is tucked in towards my spine. My shoulders are flat away from my ears. I would just again start with the feet and I would work all the way up. Depends on the movement, right? Depends what you're going to make them do. But doesn't really matter if they're laying flat on the ground. Maybe flexed might be a little bit more comfortable for them. But there's no like specific one. Depends on which movement you're going to go. But generally what it is, it's when Pilates, when I am doing any movements, my toes are pointed. But when I'm doing a hamstring or a spinal stretch, remember, when I'm doing flexion, for those of you that were there at anatomy and physiology, if I'm doing flexion, my chest is coming towards my thighs. Whenever I'm doing a flexion movement with my hips, my feet become flexed. And then the rest is pointed. So you could get them to start here and you could get them to point and flex and point and just becoming conscious of those shoulders pushing down, the back going flat. And then you could do one by one. And that could be part of a warm-up, right? Why not? It's exactly the same as this, but without weight. Okay. So my alignment, done, right? All the way from the feet, all the way to the head. What's after my alignment? ABCs. Breathing. And Pilates, what kind of breathing? Is Carmen giving you some answers there? So Palms, you can just leave yourself off mute and you can just shout out the answers when you know them. Make sure Carmen is she's looking comfy there. Make sure she doesn't fall asleep. Okay. Okay. Breathing I do. Lateral thoracic breathing. Why is it lateral thoracic breathing? What did we learn in anatomy and physiology? Which part of my spine is this? The thoracic spine, right? So lateral thoracic breathing, I'm breathing into my rib cage. I'm breathing into my spine. I'm trying to expand my entire lungs, those airbags that we discussed in anatomy and physiology, right? I'm expanding all the lungs. Okay, so lateral thoracic breathing. I can get my clients to put their hands there. Inhale, make sure it separates. Exhale, make sure it comes back together. Okay, breathing, done. Here you could set an intention if you want. Okay, so breathing, lateral thoracic breathing. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Close your eyes, set an intention. Forget about everything that's happening. Forget about the husbands, the kids, the dogs, the oven. Alas, okay, it's your time. Let the house burn down, right? So whatever you want to do in that breathing, I like to use the breathing to get them mindful, to get them present into the class, to get them switched off. Maybe they came rushing in. They had an accident on the way here, right? Maybe they came rushing here. So how are you going to get them to be present in the class and not worried about everything else that's happening? I like to use breathing, right? Breathing, a few words, set your intention. What did you come here for? Okay. So breathing. What's next? Centering, core, right? Same thing. Powerhouse. So with my core, how could I? Level 3. Okay. Core sets. Bridgerton. You guys always go to Bridgerton now, right? You're never ever going to forget that one. Bucket of water. So this would be for the pelvis, right? So the pelvis would be part of alignment. Actually, we should have covered that in alignment. So core would be zipping up your favorite pair of jeans. Imagine I'm going to come and punch you in the stomach, brace, corsets, jeans, right? So core engagements. Pelvis alignment, we should have actually done it, but I've always gotten used to doing it core and pelvis together, right? But for easy to remember, alignments, we can put pelvis underneath there. So ideally, you want to do the pelvis before the core. Why? Why would it be important to do our pelvis first, alignment of the pelvis, and then core engagements? Say it louder so we can all hear. Thank you, Priya. Thank you. Right? If my pelvis is out of alignment, how can I engage my core? How can I engage my lower abs, my pelvic floor, if my hips, my tailbone is tilted out? It's not possible to engage my core properly, right? So first step, I tilt the hips, I come into alignment, and then I engage the core. Now I can engage the core. So always pelvis first, and alignment first, and then core engaged. Say again. Absolutely, absolutely, right? So the core extends all the way down over here. So we cannot get proper core engagement if we're out of alignment. That's why alignment and a pelvis should come under alignment. So when I'm speaking about alignment all the way up, pelvis, breathing, core. Now my client knows how to start the class, right? Now they understand the science of ideal form. Now it doesn't matter where I take them. If I take them onto the knees, neutral pelvis, core engaged, suck the belly button in, shoulders away from the ears, right? The alignments are still the same. It doesn't matter which position. They're on the reformer, on the mat, on the Cadillac. Alignment stays the same, right? But now I've explained it. They understand all the points. Now I can just, where's the water? Where's the bucket? Where's the marble? Whatever example I use, now I can just weave it into the teaching. Okay. Okay, so ABC is done. Guys feeling amazing? So you understand now the science of it. What would I move on to now? ABC is done. Warm up. Okay, what would I do in the warm up? Okay, ideally, yeah, start from the feet. So you could do feet pumps. You could do toe raises if you wanted to, right? Whatever you want to do here. Foot. You could actually do ankle rotations, right? I've get a little bit bored of these ones, right? So I like to do boom, 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 right? And make it fun. Like I sometimes do a challenge hands, and then with a little bit of attitude, keeping the core engaged. So mobilization, I'll start maybe around the ankles, and then I can come into the hips, keeping the core stable, keeping the spine aligned, keeping the pelvis neutral, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, right? Shoulders away from the ears. Imagine a turtle coming out of its shell. Okay, now I can go into the hips. So everyone stand up with me. Let's just do a few. We're not going through a full warm-up. I just want you to warm up a little bit for our movements. So watch yourself in the mirror. Do 10 hip rotations on the left, 10 on the right. Core is neutral. Shoulders should ideally stay where they are. So watch yourself if you can in the mirror. The foot travels with the knee. So the foot doesn't do its own thing, right? The foot ideally travels with, and you can keep your feet flexed or pointed, but one or the other. Nice, beautiful. So if you can watch yourself, beautiful. To make it easier to balance, you put your hands on your hips or your hands on the side. So if you want to make it more challenging, would be here. So you have to keep the core strong. And you could inhale, exhale, inhale, right? So you can play around with it. You can get them to move in all ways. You could do a side bend, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So I'm getting the spine nice and warm, right? Here again, I want to make sure the whole body's aligned. Even when my hand comes over my head, I'm not here, right? I'm pushing away. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Let's go last two. Last one. Beautiful. Good. So from here, both hands up. Let's just do a nice big shoulder roll. 10 back, 10 forward. As you roll, you're going to feel this happens. So try to tuck your rib cage in, engage your core. Your pelvis stays neutral. So your entire powerhouse is like a steady brick, right? Nothing's changing here. I can still come and punch Sally. Boom, boom, right? It's still stable. Nice, beautiful. Okay. Did you change direction? Nice big rotations. Get into those tight shoulders. Beautiful. Okay, beautiful. And then from here, the next step would be, how do I get them from this position into my first exercise I'm giving them? So let's do the 100 just to practice it one more time. So what are some options? If I'm standing here, how can I get you onto your back? Sally's like a rainbow hit one, right? But how are you going to do that? So go there. How are you going to do the 100 from there? Probably, right? As long as you do it with a good energy, it's fun. You can get them to do whatever you want, right? Okay, so I've finished here. I can either step to the front of your mat. Everyone, take a deep inhale. As you exhale, you're gonna roll down towards your feet. Nice and slow, nice and gently bend at your knees and gently come onto your back. Grab onto your knees, bring them in. So that's option number one. Let's get you guys to go back up, grab onto the top of your knees, roll and gently come up however you feel comfortable. Option number one, I step to the front, inhale, exhale, roll back. Option number two, right, I could take them to the back. So this is kind of where Sally was going, right? So if we take them to the back, they're going to end up on the front of their stomach. What is this called? Supination, right? You guys remember that one. So if I'm laying like this, my hand is basically this way. What am I doing? I'm laying prone, prone, right? Supine, prone. So if you take them to the back, means they're going to come to prone, right? So I could start, okay, first roll down, get used to the roll down. Okay, follow me. Let's roll down into plank. Exhale, roll vertebra by vertebra, crawl out into plank. And then what I would probably do is I would get them to come down onto their knees. Nice, beautiful tabletop position. My shoulders is above my wrists. My hips are above my knees. My hands are spread. My shoulders are spread. I could do some bird dog. I could do some cat cows. I could get them into a high plank. I could even do a little bit of a twist. And then I would perhaps step forward, or I would come into a seated position onto the back. So yeah. So imagine even if we're in this tabletop, we could do it, right? You just bring here forward, here forward. That's it. So let's all go there, like just to test it. So tabletop position, right leg comes out, left leg crosses over, and easy peasy, right? Church maker, look. Now I just roll back. Let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So, my 100, you guys should all know this now. What is my 100? It's a great warm up. Why do I do the 100? Activate core endurance, circulation, warms the body up. Okay. How do I do the 100? Is that the 100? That's the parry version, right? There's version 1, there's version 2, then there's version 3. So it's the easier, the medium, the harder, and then there's your version. That's the parry version, right? I have the same. There's level 1, it's the easier. There's the normal one. There's level 3, it's the harder, and then there's the CPI version. Yeah, there's the Shrees version. Okay, my 100, why core endurance, core activation, circulate the circulation, warm up the body. I'm going to start with a roll down. So my roll down, I can hold my thighs, melt from the pelvis, roll from the pelvis, round the spine, roll down. So watch me first. You can either bring your knees in a tabletop position. Imagine there's a tray over there. Your toes are pointed. Your belly button is nice and tight towards your spine. Your tailbone is tilted up. So pelvis is neutral. I'm lifting from my shoulders off the ground. I'm looking up. I'm not squeezing here, right? Here, away. Rib cage tucked. And then I'm going to inhale for 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 3, 4. So every breath, you're going to inhale for 5 counts, exhale for 5 counts. We're going to go for 100 to warm you up. Okay, so choose your position. You're either in your tabletop, beautifully pointed toes. Yes. Or your legs are extended. The further the legs go, the harder they are. The lower down, the harder. Okay, don't start yet. We didn't start counting. Yeah, protect your neck. Okay, ladies, you're ready. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the shoulders, lift the head, push that lower back, and let's go for 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Where's my Pilates feet? Heels together, toes apart, beautifully pointed toes. Inhale for 3, 4, 5. Exhale. No, I'm just challenging you. 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 3, 4, 5. Knees together, heels together. Good. Heels together, toes apart. Inhale for 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 3, 4, 5. Last. Five, 4, 3. Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes, yes. So remember, guys, we want ideally here, right? So the heels are together. There's a beautiful V. I don't know if Carmen, if you saw that. And tabletop, it's a little bit more difficult. Tabletop will just be a little bit, might be a little bit awkward, but ideally that's the goal. If they're struggling too much, it's fine. Just pointed toes is fine, right? They're not gonna change much about their abs. It's a yes, you're just engaging slightly more the internal. Yeah, yeah. The best, I'll let you guys choose.
Hey, Combs, can you hear me?
To make it easier. So to make the 100 easier, I could drop the shoulders. The reason I like to always keep the shoulders up, unless I've got a neck injury, is it engages the core a lot more. If I'm like this, it's a lot easier to arch my back, and it's a lot harder to engage my core. So as soon as I lift here, automatically my ribs go from here to here, right? So we want the ribs. I can't really have my core engaged if my ribs struggle to even do it. My ribs are sticking out again, and my hips, I can't engage my core. So this has to come, this has to come, the rib cage has to come down, the hips have to come. And the easiest way to do that is if I tilt here, lift here, and now I suck in here. And now I can play around with my legs, my hands. Oh, but you were asking the easiest. So I would still try and keep this up, and I would start here. I would start with the feet on the floor, and then you could just lift one, and then try so that there's like a little bit of rest. Level one would be just one leg at a time. This would be level one, level two, level three, level four. Right, Carrie. Carrie's version. I very often do this in my Pilates class, very often, but at the end as a finisher. Right, so finisher. Nice. Say again.
No, legs up it will be easier. I think the more you slow down.
Yeah, the more down, the more difficult. Would be more difficult. Yeah, yeah. Because then there's instability.
It's the more you slow down, the pelvis sometimes moving again.
Yes.
So make sure it's work. Yeah. Yeah.
So the thing I would be nervous of doing this, you'd arch the back and it would just be like quite difficult. It would be a lot of things to focus on because the hands are doing this. It's like it's just a lot. But once they mastered their 100, you could definitely do that. So
Yeah.
they're like 7 years old. Extra points.
Hey, comms, can you hear me?
Knees,
Can you hear me?
separate them to get that. Or
Yeah.
you can just do the pointed up until a stage where you're able to turn and change.
Right, your camera angles, okay, all good?
I can't hear you
Other
now.
one.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. You're just checking in on it. When you're good, your camera angle is fine, you can hear everything.
I can.
With you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome, no worries. If for some reason no one hears you, just type in the chat, or you can always just text me if you need any help, all right?
Okay. Thank you.
No worries, comms.
There's no officials. If you watch how Joseph Pilates did it, right? The very, very aggressive. I I think what happened is I think he did with the pointed, and I think he went very much into dances, and I think there it got. Bear in mind, he created contrology. He didn't create Pilates. He created contrology, which was a slightly different form of exercise, which was this what we're doing, but they called it contrology. And then he took it, he adapted it after the soldiers for the dancers. And then when he died, people took what he did and created Pilates. But there's a lot of different variations of the little movements, the progressions and the regressions, nearly like every training you're doing or everyone you're looking, slightly different because only the original was there. So, say again? Yes. Yes. You engage your deeper core muscles and the legs. Yes, yes. When you point, and then flex, you just engage. Yes, yes. So, ideally, the goal should always be getting them to do the hardest variation. Should be the goal. So now you, as the instructor, need to think. Okay, look at this movement. How can I make it simple for this specific person in front of me? Right? Different people are going to have different injuries. All I'm looking for are what are the principles? Are they aligned? Are they breathing? Is their core engaged? Are they doing it with precision? Are they doing it controlled? No jerky movements, right? So I bring but then whether I'm doing a regression of 100 here or here or here, right? As long as this person in front of me is able to do it, and what it's building this person in front of me up is to do this. That's the goal. So how can I break down the moves smaller, and every week I give them a little bit more so that the goal they can be able to do the movement. How they do it in the beginning. So for push up, right? Roll down, push up, the goal, push up. But if my clients cannot do that, I can get them to roll, I can get them to drop flat, or I could get them to do a quarter push up. Doesn't matter so much as long as it's challenging them to their challenge level and it's building them up stronger to do the movement. Yes. And as soon as you give them their first exercise, you're going to see exactly who's new and who's not. You're already going to be able to see, or maybe another case, you've got a group of people, they've been doing Pilates for years, for 2 years, for 3 years. And they're doing it like this. They never even did the 100, right? But they've been doing it for years, but without the right instructor. So even newcomers and beginners, it's not always very accurate, right? Because it's dependent. Okay, beautiful. Okay. So you each have a page in front of you. We're going to go through the next 12 movements. Oh. I didn't, if you can just send it to the main group. Where's my one? Can you give me my page? Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. It's nice. Looks cuter, right? Looks prettier. Okay. I just need more. Yeah. This is for F. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Okay. So what I would recommend you guys, Tom's, I just sent it to the group. I'm so sorry. I should have sent it previously so you can print it if you want. This is from last week. So you can keep so guys, your one from last week and your one from today, you should now have a full Pilates principle with with 30 movements, 30 out of the 34.
Arms.
With the what, why, and how, and a cool down at the end. So this is for today.
So, got you.
Okay. Next exercise, not our first, our 19th exercise we're going through is the swimming. So the swimming, the goal of the swimming is to work the posterior chain, to work my back, my glutes, my hamstring. It's good for my shoulder mobility, very good for my spinal health. So what is it? It's the swimming. It's a prone exercise. How do I do it? Level 1, right at the bottom, the easiest one would be I could just lift up either one foot at a time. Inhale to prepare, exhale to lift, inhale to prepare, exhale to lift. Inhale to prepare, exhale to lift. This was if I was training like a 90-year-old, right? Or you could do leg with the chest up, so they're still engaging the lower back. Or you could do here, up, up. Right, there's multiple variations. There's so many different variations of a regression, an easier version. The ideal, the second version would be here, up, up, or if they can, both up, shoulders away from the ears, swimming. Inhale for 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 3, 4, 5. If I wanted to make it more challenging, what do you think I could do? Right, I could do it here, here, right? So to make it more challenging, I could just alternate the movements. Okay, so let's go for a full swimming movement. So I'm going to ask you all to lay on your chest. Your hips are neutral. Tuck your tailbone under. Engage your core. Inhale to prepare. As you exhale, let's just start with lifting the hands and then lifting the feet so everyone can get a feel of that. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift and lengthen your fingers forward. Pull your shoulders back and then drop down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift your legs up. Squeeze your glutes. Good. And then drop down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, legs and arms. Squeezing your thighs with heels together. Heels together. You can for the goal. For one to start with, you could lift, but the goal would be to come here. Yes, yes. Okay, so inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the upper body, lift the lower body. Beautiful. Okay, come down. Now, some things that we want to watch for is we want to make sure that they're not overarching their back. We want to avoid this, right? So shoulders away from the ears. And we also want to be careful of that someone's not doing jerky movements, right? So sometimes you'll see people doing this. Like, like they're trying to run with the hips almost. So this all, from here to here, it like stays stiff. The core is engaged. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, I lift up. I'm just moving from my glutes, right? My hips. And I'm not trying to swim. I'm trying to swim elegantly. So imagine your body's almost like a surfboard. So the surfboard stays stiff, just the arms move and the legs move. Okay, so we're going to go for swimming. Inhale to prepare. We're going to go for 20 counts. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift. Lengthen your spine and exhale. Paddle, paddle, paddle. Inhale for 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. Inhale for 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 3, 4. So my whole leg is moving together. Beautiful. Yes. Try bring your heels a little closer together. So the thighs are still pulling together. Yes. Up and down, up and down. Carry on lifting. Beautiful for 3, 2, 1, and down. Breathe. Okay. Swimming done. Can you please turn the AC on? Okay, beautiful. Great, leg pull front. So leg pull front, the goal of it is we're strengthening our core. It's a lovely one to also work into your glutes a little bit. It's going to strengthen your upper body. So leg pull builds core, upper body strength. Okay. So what is it? It's the leg pull front. It's the prone leg pull. How do I do it? I go into a plank. So the easier version, how would I do the easier version? I would literally just start here. Inhale to prepare. exhale to lift. That could be my easier version, right? My goal version. So what I'm watching is the hips aren't swaying. The tailbone is tucked, the core, rib cage is neutral, shoulders away from the ears. So plank version, shoulders away from the ears, wrists directly below the shoulders. Inhale to pick, exhale to lift, squeeze. You see, I'm not lifting up here. My plank stays in a beautiful plank position. Okay, so how do I do it? Beautiful plank position. Think of how do you teach a plank? Wrists under the shoulders, hands below the shoulders, hips in alignment with the shoulders and the feet. Right? I'm not doing my plank up here or here. My body's in a nice, beautiful ski slope position, shoulders away from the ears. Okay, so everyone go into your plank position. No sagging hips. No tilting pelvis. So where is my pelvis? Beautiful. I don't want no water spilt on these mats. Keep the water inside your buckets. Yeah, where's my Kardashians? Hypermobile elbows. Be careful. Keep a little bend. Push, pull them that way. Yes. Okay, get those hips up. A little bit more. Engage your core more. Yes, tilt your pelvis a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so from there, you're going to give me 6 on each side, alternating left to right. Toe points as it comes out, it flexes back. Full squeeze. My hips are stiff. So keep a stiff plank. It's just your glutes that are lifting it. So slowly and controlled. Lift up the leg. Point the toe, lift it up, keep it up, keep it up. Point. No, you're counting on your own, 6 each. Watch your elbows, bend your elbows a little bit, Ray. Slow and controlled, slow and controlled. Slow and controlled. Yes, beautiful, yes, yes. See, you want to be using your glutes to lift. You're not using your hips to lift. Right, so here, my glutes, I'm not, see there versus there. Can you guys see the difference? You'll be tensing your quads a little bit. Yeah, but the movement will be coming from your glutes and your hamstring. The quad will be stabilizing. So you would feel it, but yeah. Elbows, for some of you, you're used to doing your elbows like this. The elbows should always be like this, facing each other. So here, especially those of you with hypermobile, it's like this is being bent all the way and the joints are crying for some help, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is pull my elbows towards the inner of my elbow will go towards each other. So I activate my triceps. Okay. Yeah, so
What you see?
pull the tricep here.
Yeah.
Pull the tricep here.
Cannot
Yeah.
see it.
I think you're also a little hypermobile, right?
I am a little-
Yeah. Hypermobile, 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 hypermobile. No, you just need to pull here a little bit more here. Yes. Flat hands. Get your thumbs to face each other as well. So your thumbs are facing each other.
Yeah, you can just some really fly. Not this one. This one, I think it's fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, but like almost face them.
Yeah, I just want to see my hips spine like that.
Yes, 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 yes. Point the toe, point the toe. Yes, and slowly, slowly point, pause here, pause. Yes, and then go. So try as well, pause the movement. So if I'm doing a leg front, so ladies, if I'm here, pause, bring it back, pause. Because ideally what the goal is, you want to add pulsing a little bit later on. Right, so now from here, I've got options, right? If I want to make it more challenging, meet elbow. Right, so make it more challenging, knee comes all the way to the elbow. And then lift. You can, it's not going to make it more challenging. You could do that. Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Absolutely. Yeah, no problem. But again, the goal would be to get them up here. You could, yeah. Yeah, if they were at an advanced level, absolutely, you would just keep looking down. But yeah. See, when you start playing around with it, once you understand the concept, you can do kind of put your own twist on it, put your own spin, but remember the principles, and that's it. Okay, so I'm going to keep moving because we actually need to get through these because I want you guys to teach them as well. Okay, so I'm going to go a little bit faster through these next couple of ones, but I want you guys all to experience them and feel them yourself as well. Okay, so our next one, we've got leg pull back. So leg pull back, what is it? It's working and strengthening the glutes, working in the hamstrings. So my leg pull back. Okay, so what is it? Leg pull back. Why am I doing it? Strengthening the glutes, strengthening the hamstrings, also the core to really one, right? Your hands are facing away from you. You could start with it in just bent knees, lifting up, and then trying to lift one leg. This could be an easier version. A little bit harder is I'm going to come into a ski slope position. My head is neutral. I lift up, down, lift up, down. So what I want to be careful of is the hips swaying too much. I want to be careful of the shoulders collapsing, the head crunching, right? So open neck. Okay, beautiful. So everyone, hands behind you. Show me your best leg pull back. So you're holding a reverse plank. You're keeping those hips. If you want to go on your knees, that's okay. Bent knees, hips. Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Yes. Good. So we keep holding. Sorry. Hands back. Yeah. Like this. But see where it feels, if it's very uncomfortable. But first, the hand should be in alignment, right? So make sure palms are outward. If it's very uncomfortable, they can start with it to the side, and then as they get stronger, move it. That's okay. Elbow, yeah. So you could start with nice hips up. Yes. Good. Nice. Beautiful. Pointed. And pause. Points. Points, 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 points. Is that pointed? Yeah. I don't think that's, it is pointed. Let's see. Nice. Beautiful. Yes. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Good. Get these hands equal. So you see one's here, one's here. So stop quickly. Look where they are. Yeah, we lose the ability to do that. Yeah, yours is fine. Arms are nice and wide. Beautiful plank. Slowly. Yeah. Keep the legs stiff. Yeah. Yeah. You see now her shoulders. So ideally, your one hand would come more back because your one hand is like, huh? Yeah. Okay, so make sure that you breathe, right? Core stays nice and tight. Again, play around with it. If it's too difficult for the majority, it's really difficult, right? To go in a upside down plank. It's this way. Yeah.
Because it says fingertips to buttocks on the
Fingertips to buttocks.
fingers point towards buttocks.
Yeah, to be honest, I would usually do it like that. But in this diagram there, it is showing the hands there.
That's probably right.
You find it harder? I find it easier here. Yeah. Inward. Okay, well, I think lesson, whatever the client feels comfortable with, hands, I don't know, right? Because I've seen it taught both ways. Yeah, I think it's just the circulation. So calms, it might just be that it's like the movement's not used to it. If it's going numb, it's just like that you're not getting circulation in that movement. But it's a challenging one. So start with it easy, right? And maybe what you could do is you could get them to start 10 reps, 5 here, 5 here. And they would do that for 3 weeks or a month. And then next month, 5 reps here, 5 reps here. Yeah, you could do it at first just that, right? And then the next month, then we could look at extend. I don't know if my hands are even. Extend, and now lift, right? So build them up for the movement. Okay. Say again. Yeah. Even I didn't do it for a while, and I was like, let me practice it. I was like, the triceps are cramping. Shoulder doesn't go like that. Okay, so everybody onto your side. So let's all face towards this way, so we're all facing the same side. So the next one we're doing is the side kick series. We're going to start from the easier version, go all the way to the harder version. Side kick series, it's working into my abductors, my glutes. It's good for my hip mobility, and it works my deep core muscles. Okay, so my side kick series, I will start with my hand on my leg. The easiest version, my whole body is in a nice, beautiful line. But the bottom leg is a little bit like bent and loose to support me. So it doesn't have to be off the ground. The top leg is a beautiful straight line, lengthening. My hips are square, my core is engaged, and then I'll start 10 circles back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. So you can, drop onto your elbow. The bottom for the easiest one, this is the easiest one. So bottom. Now, if I want to make that a little bit more challenging, so I want to make sure my hips are in alignment with my shoulders. If I want to make it more challenging, all I'm going to do is I'm going to lift that bottom leg. So I'm going to squeeze. I'm going to use my my adductors, the inner thighs, pointing toes, beautiful pointed toes, slow and controlled. Imagine you're moving like butter. Your hips are beautifully aligned, one over the other. Nice. Yeah, like this. And go. So circles. Beautiful. Okay. So I did 10 back, 10 forward. Another part of the series, what I could do from there, I'm here. I kick it down, up, down. Small pulse up at the top. Ideally, no. So if you see me here, inhale to prepare. My body's in a nice, beautiful straight line. I'm using my core to hold myself up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Back. 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 So there's a small little pulse up at the top. Both legs are straight. Pulse, pulse, up. Pulse, pulse, up. Higher. Let's move this bottle. Kick your bag. Yeah, kick the top of your bag. Now, the bottom leg should be staying still. So this should be staying still. Okay. Yeah. We'll move it a little bit, but the goal is to keep it stiff. Squeeze the glutes. Lift that leg nice and high. Up. Pulse, pulse. Where's my pulse? Pulse, pulse. I want a pulse. So all the way up. Kick the in the bum. Kick her in the bum. Okay, beautiful. Okay, from there, now you've got various things you could do, right? From here, I could do massive circles. I could kick up as high as I can, big circle round. I could bring my leg up at a tabletop position. I could do some hip abduction. So what I would usually do, but again, we're trying to keep this hip square. What I would usually do when I'm doing the side kick series, I would group together 3 different movements. So I might do circles one way, circles the other way, up and down, or up, pulse, or I'm doing abduction, open, close. But I would do 2 or 3 in a row, and then I would change. Up square, tailbone tucked under, core engaged. With all of the movements, hips square, core engaged.
And let's see, it's like time. It's not one thing I can't get into balance. How many reps?
For a beginning, you would do maybe between 6 to 8 reps. A more advanced, 10 to 12 to 15. What I do as my clients get more advanced, I add pulses. Yeah. Yes.
But I don't
Honey, can you please go speak to the mom?
1 minute on.
Yes. And what I find with a big class like this, it's impossible for me to count, right? So I always say, guys, what level are we on? Everyone knows I'm not counting. But because I've been doing PT for such a long time, I've got very good at guessing. And I'll always just have a guess, like a rough guess, and then I'll just bring everyone back in. Okay, guys, last 3. Let's go. Last 2. Everyone together. So it's like we're all moving that, like no one's like finished. So even if Sandy was like, yeah, I'm fit, I'm doing like, okay, you fit. Last 3. Last extra. But if I said, okay, last 3, and I looked at you like this, you'd carry on. With that?
Lots of tension, like
Here. It's working into the glutes, into the hamstring. So maybe the glutes.
Yes.
It would be the hip is the main focus. Strengthening the hip, but yeah, the glute abduction. Or your calves are very tight. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so with those side kicks, then a whole nother exercise, but I've just grouped them together to make it a little bit easier. A whole nother exercise then would be the kneeling side kick. So the kneeling side kick, I'm going to kneel. Ideally, I want my knee below my hip. My hand is below my shoulder. My other leg is out here. So I'm creating almost like a table here. And then up, back, up, back. Oh, my mobility for this one isn't good. Right. So here it depends on how flexible they are over here. They might come into more of a table on a ski slope position, or they would come more to a tabletop. But the goal is for the hips to stay square. So my hips are really tight at the moment. So I would maybe go more to a ski slope position where my hips come nice and square, my toes pointed, up, up, back. Okay. Give me 8 on each side. Find where it's comfortable for you. You're either in a tabletop. Keep those hips square to the front. Kick Ray in the bum. So first get your base nice and strong. The first thing you're going to get is your base nice and strong. So how do I get my base strong? My hand is directly below my shoulder. The first thing I want to do. So look here. Yours is a bit better. Just bring your hand. So here it's very difficult for her to come into alignment. Why? Where's her hand in alignment with her knee? Yeah, there you go. Now this hip should come forward to there more. This hand stays back. The hip comes forward. Now kick forward. Kick Ray. Everyone kick Ray. But try not close here too much. This will stay open. Now go. Get this leg up first in line with your hip. Point it. And now kick.
Wow.
Point it. Point it.
The glutes. On the right side.
So you can curl your toes under here. Which one? The one balancing you? Yes. Get that hand further away. You're too close. If I'm here, it's very, and you see, it's very difficult for me to create this has to come further away. This has to be here. This has to be in alignment there. From here, get here. Wherever is comfortable is fine. Here, this leg comes in line with the hip. That's my first stance. Hand underneath the shoulder. Where's your hand? Bring it underneath the shoulder. Now I can kick. Now kick forward. Yeah. Kick forward. Nice. And this one would come here. Okay, now go forward. Yeah, but start. Nice. Come more. Bring this more here. Yes. Yes. So now tuck your ribs in. Engage your core. Your chest must come down a little bit. Yes. Here. Now do it. Get the leg up. When it comes back, heel up, heel up, heel. Yes. Now go. Yes. It's a challenging one, right? Yes, that's fine. Yeah, but first this one up. Straight. Yeah, keep it up, keep it up. Keep it here. Keep it straight. Now go. It's difficult, right? Okay. You guys will have some time to practice with each other though. Okay. So, sorry? Very important. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so that was our side kick kneeling. Okay, very important, your base. Always the foundation, your base is the most important. If you're wrong at the base, doesn't matter how much you try to align the rest of the body, it's not going to become in alignment. So base has to be aligned first, and then we build. Yeah, of course. If the person can't do it, you have to, right? What's the alternative? No, do it. Yeah, so no, of course. If they're struggling with it, you make the range smaller. You adjust the movement a little bit until they get stronger to do it correctly. So everything is temporarily adjusting until they're strong enough to do it properly. Okay. So next. flat.
So this one.
Ah. The hand up is going to make it more challenging. Yeah. Yeah. And the waist is just going to balance you a little bit more. It's going to be a little bit easier.
I tend to run like that. Maybe you can use props like blocks under the palm, make it more aligned. For some people, I think it's difficult for them to have maybe the block and make it easier.
Try. Yeah. You could like put, like in yoga, they do it as well. But the goal would just be to get here flat and get them into this position. Even just holding this position with no moving. It's quite challenging for a lot of people, right? And then get them to come up here. Just hold this. You could literally just get them to do this. And that's an exercise. So everyone go into this movement. Beautifully aligned knee, beautifully aligned shoulder. Toe is in line with your hip. And just literally put your hand onto your hip and up. Keep lifting, keep lifting. Yes, yes, keep straightening. Keep that core engaged. Tuck your ribs under, tuck your ribs under. Get your core engaged. Bring your knee a little bit further here. I think bring it more this way.
Oh.
Because your hips, bring your knee here. More. Because your hips are also tight. So here, now lift up. Toes down. Now just like there. Keep lifting, keep lifting. Point the toes. Where's my pointed toes? Beautiful. Core engaged, core engaged. Tuck the ribs. Tuck the tailbone. Straight, 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 straight. Challenging, right? Lift those toes, Sally. Lift those toes, Barry. Where is it? Nice. Nice. Okay, down. Right? Just holding it. You don't even need to add the kick, and it's an exercise. Okay. Ideally, you want the toes pointed down. You want this leg to stay exactly like this. So when you come forward, it stays like this. Ideally.
Can you use that?
Elastic band is going to make it harder because it's more resistance.
Because everybody's like, the knee's down.
The knee is ideally down. And you can flip the toe up if you want. Yeah, for more balance. That hand will go flat. Yeah. That leg will come higher. Yeah, gently. And the hips will go more square. Right. But again, the position is difficult. So how can we get people to get stronger to get into that position? Okay. Okay, we really need you. Okay. We need it. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, I still want to give you guys time to practice. Okay. Side bend. So side bend, I'm going to show the easier one, then I'm going to go to the normal one. Okay. For all of them, let's go a little bit quicker. So side bend, again, my base is equally lined. My knee and my elbow in a beautiful straight line. When I come up, my hip, my knee, my shoulder, beautiful straight line. Hips are square. Core is engaged. My rib cage is tight. Inhale. Exhale, reach over. So my side bend, I'm working my obliques. I'm working my deep transverse abdominis, my core, and I'm working my shoulder stability. Inhale to breath. Exhale, arch. I lift it from here. So a little bit harder. I can place my feet like this, or I can place them like this. Whichever you prefer is fine. So let's start like this. My elbow stays exactly still in line with my heels, right? So now instead of my knee being my base point, my feet become the base point. This bottom heel in line with this. As I come up, hips are square. Beautiful ski slope. Exhale. I arch. I'm not like this, right? This is still away, and I'm pushing up. I'm lifting, I'm using my obliques to push my body up. Okay. So, onto your side. Let's everyone face this way. Just because the viewer was already there. Sorry, Natalie, I saw you too late. Okay, so everyone's going in a side plank. So everyone give me your best, beautiful side plank. So side plank on your feet, not on your knees. Let's do a harder version on the feet. Either feet together or one after the other. So just a side plank to start with. So just side plank. Just give me your side plank. What am I looking for? I'm looking for alignment here. I'm looking for my rib cage to be tucked. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, arch your back. Lift your hips. Drive your hips up. Imagine there is a string pulling you. As you lift your hips, you're not turning them. They're staying square. Okay, exhale, bring it down. Yes, ideally you'd just tap the floor. You don't sit on the floor. You just tap and back up. Tap and back up. Tap. Yeah, go, 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 go. And when you go down, remember your shoulder always stays on top of this arm. Gave me the beginning of the class. Is Sally also saying? Yeah, not good. Okay. Just tap. So ideally, inhale to prepare. Exhale, you come up. Tap, back. Tap, back. So the core stays always. So if you're with both legs, inhale. Okay. Okay. So boomerang. Boomerang, it's a combination of a teaser and a rollover. It's working our core, it's working our spinal mobility, it's working our shoulder flexibility, it's working quite a few things. There's a few different parts to it, so I'm going to break it down nice and easy to start with. We're going to start with the legs folded over here, right? Then from here, I'm going to come forward, inhale. I can come back, exhale, my legs come up. I go into roll over. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, as I come up, exhale, articulate the spine, vertebra, vertebra, legs stay crossed. I'm going to come up. As I come up, I come into my teaser, which we'll learn in a little bit. Then I'm going to lean forward, stretch, and come up, switch. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, come forward. Beautiful. Hands go back as I go forward. Come back up. Teaser. Down. Switch. Legs are pointed. Roll. Articulate, articulate, articulate. Roll up. Teaser. Hands go back. Forward. Bit of a complicated one. Okay, so let's just pretend we're going to practice it. Okay, so fold your legs over. Okay, so now think, first step, roll over. So how am I going to go into a roll over? I'm going to roll, articulate down, legs come up and over. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll your vertebra down, down, down. Lift your chest into your teaser. The back is straight. The legs are extended. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, hands go behind you. Lean forward. While they're at the back. So when you're at the back, you'll switch. Okay. So now, a little bit faster, it would be here, right? Yeah. Switch at the back. Come into your teaser. Think of a V up. Beautiful. Yes, yes, yes. Hands behind you. Reach forward.
Before going down, the hands behind.
At the same time.
Right, the same time, exhale.
Yes, that's okay. So here, the teaser is hard, yeah. So here, remember, this is a combination of different movements. So just think, for my roll back, what is my teaching movements? For my teaser, we'll learn it now. Now, hands back, lean forward. But the legs stay crossed, right? So legs stay crossed. And then I'll go again. Legs stay crossed. Okay. Okay, so boomerang, difficult one, challenging one, right? It's all over the place. Next one is, it's a cute one, right? If you do a few in a row, it's quite nice. Next one, we have rocking. Now, rocking, it's quite an intense hyperextension in the back. So people with a lower back issue, they'd be very careful with it. Those people with a neck issue, just take it nice and easy. So rocking, what I would start with, so it's working in my glutes, it's working in my spine, it's working a bit in my shoulder stability. So I would just start with the easiest one here. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift. When I lift, I'm not lifting here, right? I lift from my chest. I use my lower back to lift my body. I'm using my spinal muscles to lift my body. I lift, pushing my navel into the belly. And then the movement from here would be inhale to prepare. Exhale, rocks. Inhale, exhale. Doesn't feel so beautiful. Okay, so everyone on your stomach, inhale to prepare. Let's just do 3 or 4 just lifts. So grab onto your ankles. That might be a challenge, especially if someone's got bad knees. Just getting into this position will probably be exercise 1. Inhale, exhale, lift, and then drop down. Inhale, exhale, lift. Beautiful. Yes. Inhale, exhale. So, Parry, let's just start with the lift and extend before we start with the rocking, just to warm up the back. Drop down. Okay. Now to roll, I'm going to start first at my legs. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, just the legs lift. Rock back. Yeah, try and curve your back more. Is your back not? Yeah, I think your back's just stiff. Yeah, for you, be careful of this one. So thus you would, yeah, the first version is fine. So here you would use your core.
Good job, Vance. For now, just hold that position. Practice that. I know it's a challenging one. Yeah, yeah. Just practice the hold, and then a bit will go into the rocking. Yes, nice work. Good form. Yeah, it's
Okay, the next one, again, spinal problems, neck problems, be careful. Control balance. So what is it? It's working the core. It's working our balance and our stability. It's working the hip flexors. It's working quite a lot of muscles. hamstring flexibility. Okay, so what you're doing is you're going into the roll over. So my roll over, inhale to prepare, exhale. I jackknife up, roll over. My feet are going to come planted onto the ground here. From here, I grab onto the one leg and I lift, inhale to prepare, exhale. Okay. So I'm all the way over in a roll over. I grab into my one leg. Beautiful, nice and slowly. Those of you with neck injuries, back injuries, just be careful. Nice, beautiful. We're trying to get both of those legs straight. So first go into a roll over before you worry about pulling the one leg. Roll over, beautiful. And now, yeah, you got to use your core. Use your core to ground you. Yeah, good. Try get your feet onto the ground if you can.
So when I change,
Yes. So here, the one will stay.
it's not the ground.
Yeah, the one stays on the ground. The one goes. Yes. Now grab your hands to the front. Now grab on one leg and let the other one go. So you use your deep core muscles to pull you this way. Okay. It's cute, right? Okay. From there, we have the jackknife. So jackknife working our core, working our spine. From here, inhale to prepare. Exhale, my legs go up. Jackknife. It's jackknife is the beginning movement for the rollover, right? So we've been doing it lots. Inhale. What you could do to make it more challenging, exhale here. Leg raise. Inhale. This is an advanced Cherise movement of a jackknife. Push up. No. No, push up is really different. So this is jackknife. This is jackknife. So rolling down, rolling. So you would actually roll with the knees bent, right? So here you would start with the knees bent, unravel, roll up. But if you wanted to make it more challenging, you could add a leg raise. So this is the jackknife. This is the movements of jackknife. Articulate the spine, push up into a shoulder stand. That's jackknife. But to make it more challenging, you could either say, okay, give me 10 jackknives. And from here, they will just go up, or jackknife into leg raise. Jackknife, leg raise, jackknife. Huh?
Exercise. It's like do them together one after each other.
What do you mean? Which three? You're talking about control balance? Yeah.
Like 10 with
Bearing in mind, everything that we're going now is in the order that it was designed to be in. What did you say, Akmaral? Abs and spine. Yes. So it's deep core muscles. Use your core to lift. You lift. Yes. Now roll down just to your hips. And now lift up again. Hands on the ground. Hands on the ground. So use your hands on the ground. Hands are flat on the ground, ideally. Palms face down. Lift up, lift down. Exhale. Inhale to prepare. Exhale. Exhale. Where's my breathing? Exhale. Yes. Do 3 more. Up. Yes. Do 2 more. Yes. Little higher. Last one. Can feel it in the core? Nice. Up, directly up, huh? Up here. So drop down, up. Yes, but careful with your neck, huh? So your jackknife ideally is here. Here. Now drop down. Keep your hands flat on the mat. Drop up. Keep your hands flat. Now lift up. Yes. And drop down. Lift up and drop down. You would start here. Lift. Ideally, when you come up, you want to be here. There's where you want to be, but it's very difficult if you're not used to it. Yeah.
Anyway, support anywhere to make it easier for kids to just because it's difficult to have it here and with the cord that's soft.
Yes.
But it's pressing here as well.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe. And this support anywhere it has to be done like that.
What do you mean?
Can they do it like with the hands at the back?
Ideally, not like this, but flat, yeah, or holding.
Can they
But if you're holding, then you're not really doing the core, yeah. Okay. So we're building up for the goal to be able to come here. Yeah. Okay, so jackknife, teaser, what am I doing? Legs are either bent for an easier version or straight for a harder version. I articulate my spine up. There's my teaser. My back comes nice and beautifully straight. Then I could do shoulder circles. I could do carries 100. I could do flutter kicks. I could do right. I can do whatever I want then. Right? You could. I love to. What I do is I pretend I'll always say you're climbing up a rope. Take the rope, smack the rope, right up, play around with it, and like make a story, right? As long as they're doing a movement and they're in the right alignment, their shoulders are neutral, the core is engaged, they're not arching the spine. Okay, the twist, similar to the teaser. Yeah, similar to the teaser. You're going to come here and you just do rotations round and then round. Inhale to prepare, exhale to go round. So you start with moving the hips as little as possible, and then you could go into actually moving the hips, toes pointed, hip twist. So this is a hip twist. Knees bent, knees bent. If they had really weak lower back, you could get them to do it on the ground, right? You could get them to do here. To start. And then they could come here, well, come here, and then come here. So 10 the one way, beautiful pointed circles. Keep the entire core stiff. Nice, beautiful. If you can, you're sitting up. Yes, yes, yes. Pointed toes, English. Nice, good, beautiful. Okay, so that's our hip twist. And then the push-up. So push-up, I usually start from standing, although you can start from down. So standing up, everyone can join me standing. I'll show you first. Unravel from the chin to the chest. Chin to the chest, articulate the spine, roll down like a roll of beads, crawl out. Hands come directly below the shoulders. So where's my beautiful plank? Shoulders away, pelvis is tilted, core is nice and tight, thumbs facing towards each other, elbows close to the body, push up. You would do as many push-ups as you want there and then unroll. So you don't go one push-up, unroll, one. If you're giving them 6 reps, they do all 6 reps and then unravel. Of course, if you're dealing with females, generally, maybe a full push-up is really difficult, right? If you're dealing with seniors, maybe it's really difficult. So you could get them to go onto the knees. So onto the knees, core is engaged, push. If that's still too difficult, I could get them to do a box push-up Or I could literally just get them to drop onto the floor, hold the core nice, push themselves off the floor. Or worst case scenario, a little bit of a peel off the floor. Okay. But nice and easy, elbows tucked, shoulders away from the ears, core is engaged, rib cage, flat hands, beautiful, yes. You would finish all your push-ups and then you would come up, yeah. Nice. So let's go onto the knees. Let's get the hands a little bit back. Keep the core strong. Yes, better. Yes. Beautiful. Yes. Keep the core strong. Shoulders away from the ears. Yeah, go deeper, 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 deeper. So drop down onto the floor. Bring your hands a little bit forward. A little bit out. Fingers spread apart. Now, all you're going to do is just lift yourself up. Keep your core strong. And lift your hips as well. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3. What happens if you fall down? You're going to stay down? Okay, now this is where you would practice. Just drop down again. Nice. Drop down, drop down, drop down, drop down. Yeah. Now push up. Yeah. Push up, push up, push up. Oh my goodness gracious, Rana. Okay. So you'll start with a peel, but you'll start with that. Here. Think of a tabletop and just your. It just takes out a lot of the core engagement. Yeah, like that. Elbows still tucked in. So just keep going your maximum. Shoulders down. Okay. Okay, team. I know it's we've got a little bit late, but that's okay. So we've got 40 minutes now. You're just gonna practice. So grab the person next to you. You're gonna practice. You can practice any of these that you want, if you want, or you can practice your 6 that you've been practicing by yourself, or you can practice any of these 6. Just 6 movements. So first the teacher gets the one person, teach for 6, then change, teach for 6. Yeah, you can separate.